On this episode of the Layover Live, Paul McLeod stops by to clarify mobile-first indexing.
Oh, yeah. Have they actually released that yet?
Yeah. Let me show you.
Google wants us to use this now.
Hello everyone and welcome to episode 32 of the Layover Live, where we bring you the top article from the Layover each week. I'm Jason Swick, VP of Digital Marketing. I'm joined by Director of Business Intelligence, Paul McLeod. So Paul, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going great. Hey, back from vacation now. I'm well rested. Had a good time in Europe. Thank you to Sandy and Grant for helping out while I was out, so thank you. But now I'm back. We're talking business. First order of business, I think, is a hot topic that's been around this year, as you know, especially being on the SEO side of things, is really Google's mobile-first indexing, right? It's been a hot button for this year. There's been a lot of buzz around it, but it sounds like there's a lot of confusion still around what it is and what it isn't. And I know Search Engine Land this week is an article that we're featuring which brings some clarification around some of these items. But let's maybe talk about some of those items that are on there and some of those things that really can help DMOs get some clarification around some of these things.
Yeah, I think people can keep it straight in their heads if they just consider exactly what is actually changing with the mobile-first indexing, which you said for the better part of this year. It's actually been, I think
it's been a little bit longer,
right? It's almost 2 years since they announced it, and it's finally hitting nowadays. Anyway, what the main thing that has actually changed is that when they crawl your site, they will they'll look at the desktop and the mobile versions just like they did before. Right. The difference now is that when they always have chosen just one of those versions to rank the content based on, which they always had to do. It's hard to sort of pick two and average them or something like that. Right. So before they went with the desktop, now that most of their users are mobile, they're going with mobile first. It makes sense. And if you're a DMO, most of your users are probably also mobile now, maybe 2/3 of them in a lot of cases. Yep. So it makes sense. So the things the things that they were clarifying on Twitter to the community, because it is a little bit confusing, is, for instance, that the desktop version is still going to be served up to desktop users. It's still looked at.
Makes sense. Yep.
It's just that its rankings will be based on how good the content on the mobile version is. So just make sure that your mobile content is good, and you should be okay.
Yep.
Which at this point, if you were focusing on the desktop and not mobile first, like, why would you do that? That's only 1/3 of your users. Yeah. Then there are some other things. They're still going to be crawling your website. They wanted to clarify at the same rate. They're just going to be doing a little bit more on the mobile side. There was a little bug they mentioned about the cache that people were freaking out about, because if you can look at what version of your site Google has stored, and it wasn't showing up right. So
minor type stuff too. What about speed? Because I know speed's been, a lot of DMOs have asked us about page speed and how that affects ranking and all that kind of stuff like that. It does address a little bit of that in the article too. Yeah. So. Even though they've been stressing speed for a long time, Google has claimed up until now that page speed on mobile was not necessarily a ranking factor. But now, in July, they're going to be releasing a new update where for mobile devices, the speed of the page that they're going to is going to explicitly, if you're faster, you will get a rankings boost. It doesn't mean that, and this is generally true, none of these things are necessarily required, because if a user puts in a keyword that strongly enough indicates they want your client and you have a slow desktop site, you'll still be served up to mobile users if your optimization basically is that good. But for any competitive keyword, you probably need to make sure that you're on top of these things. Yeah, absolutely. So great, really great article from Search Engine Land. Again, if you are looking for some clarification around these things, it's a quick, easy read to kind of get you up to speed on some of the things that are happening there. So Paul, thank you so much for stopping by.
Absolutely.
Thank you all, and we'll see you next time.